All right, we will get rolling here in a second. All right, if you're following along on Instagram, welcome to the Stacked Coaching Office Hours. We do this every Thursday at noon. Some people in Zoom, some people in our Facebook group going ahead and asking us some questions. So we will get rolling right now. If you're on Instagram and you want to go ahead and ask us a question, just go ahead and type it in the chat box. All right, so we have a couple questions loaded up, but we have Terry in the Zoom. So Terry, I'm going to go ahead and start with you and answer your question first. Terry, anything?
Actually, I don't really have one for you this week. Nope.
No questions. All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right.
Yes.
What's your question, Terry? Okay. You check.
Actually, I don't have any for you this week.
All right, cool. Good. All right. So Kelsey asked in the Facebook group, is there a simple way to estimate your macros when going out to dinner, or even just as a, I don't know what that means, something for dinner, or even just as frubids for dinner? I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a video on this. Okay. All right. So Kelsey's basically asking, is there a simple way to estimate your macros when you're going out to dinner? Yes. Okay. You can use hand portions on your plate. The problem with hand portions is, do you know whether this is 3 ounces or 4 ounces of chicken, or as in stack, like we like to do 100 grams of chicken? We like to measure everything in grams. It's a little bit more accurate than ounces. So I'm not sure hand portions are going to do that in terms of if you're trying to translate that to MyFitnessPal, right? The best way to do it is if you are super experienced with tracking, you can probably eyeball a portion of a chicken breast or rice and know this is X amount of grams, or it looks like this amount of grams, and go ahead and enter into MyFitnessPal. The big thing with going out to dinner is most restaurants cook with an overabundance of oils or fats. And if that is the case, we need to estimate that into our tracking in MyFitnessPal, which we can put, you know, if it's swimming in oil, maybe we're estimating 15 grams of miscellaneous fat, 20 grams of miscellaneous fat, something along those lines as well. Okay. I would say when you are trying to estimate your dinner, get good at tracking at home. Do it for a long time. Okay. The other thing is if you're just going out with you and your significant other, if it's not a social event and it's just someone you've been with or not a date, you can get crazy. Bring your scale with you, right? Bring your scale with you to the restaurant. That will help you out. Get a little crazy with it. I've done it before. I'm not going to do it in a group of people. I don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable. But if it's just me and some people that I'm very comfortable with, I might bring my scale, and I have done it in the past. And then when you do that, keep it simple. Keep your items that you're ordering simple. Cool. So that's that. Okay. Also know this, it's not going to be completely accurate, and that is okay. However, guessing, Colin said he's seen me do it. That is true. Okay. The other thing is guessing in MyFitnessPal is significantly better than not tracking at all. Okay. At least this gives us an idea of what we're doing when we're eating, or in the ballpark of how much food we ate, so we can go back and look later, or if it's a lunch, estimating what we might need for dinner. But it just puts us in the ballpark. Okay. All right. I hope that helps, Kelsey. Okay. A couple of other questions that we got via text is, what are the pros and cons of a fasted workout? Lissy says, best thing to eat before a workout. I'm going to answer that. Okay. And then I'll get to the fasted workout. Well, best thing to eat before a workout. Okay. That depends on you. All right. And this kind of couples in with the other question is, what are the pros and cons of fasted workout? Is one better for weight loss? What about body recomposition? All three of these things go together, and I'll answer them. Okay. All right. Lissy W77. If we know that carbohydrates fuel most of our workouts, most of the working out that we tend to do, okay, carbohydrates are going to fuel us the best. Okay. So we need that spike in our blood sugar a little bit before a workout to give us a little bit extra fuel. I know there was a big fad that people were eating dextrose, mixing it in their pre-workout drink, or a lot of pre-workout drinks are made of dextrose. Dextrose is just straight up like sugar, right? It's a form of sugar. People are using that to fuel their workouts. So if you think of something that is fast in terms of carbohydrates, okay, like a banana, something like that will help you out before a workout, depending on how much time you have. So like, let's say you're working out at 8:30 a.m. At 6:30 a.m. you could probably eat a full meal and feel good. If I want to make sure that I have that fuel for my workout and my intentions are to lift heavy, I'm making sure that I'm eating an adequate amount of carbohydrates as well as an adequate amount of proteins. Something that will not make you feel great before a workout would be eating a bunch of fat, contrary to the keto true believers out there. So, Lissy, I hope that helps. Okay. But also, the big thing is it's different for all of us. So experiment, try, something and see how you feel at that workout. Try something different the next day and play with it a little bit and see what kind of works best for you. All right. Now let's get into it. Tegan's question. Pros and cons of fasted workout. Is one better for weight loss? What about body recomposition? No. The answer is no. Okay. A fasted workout does not make you lose more weight, nor does it create better body recomposition. At the end of the day, in order to lose weight, you have to take in less calories than you expend. So if a fasted workout helps you accomplish that, great. It also may not help you accomplish that. Or it also might reduce the intensity or weight at which you can lift that could hurt your body recomposition, because we know that resistance training is best for body recomposition. So if a fasted workout hinders our ability with resistance training, then ultimately it's not great for body recomposition either. Okay. Now, some people just feel better on a fasted workout. I have gotten to a place now, I'm 38 years old. I've gotten to a place where I don't really care about the performance of my workout as long as I do it and do the things that I want to do. Okay. I want to get a pump on, like Arnold says, get my pump on. I want to do it consistently. So I don't plan my food around my workouts. Okay. I plan my food around how I want my day to work. All right. So for me, that could be like, if I know I'm going out to dinner, or I know I want to enjoy some wine, I probably save my calories for that, completely independent of what my workout looks like that day or when I'm going to do it. Okay. If I know that I want to hit a heavy lift that day, well, then I need to eat an adequate amount of food prior to that so that my workout can be fueled properly. But in terms of weight loss and body recomposition, fasted working out has zero to do with it. And anyone that tells you that, click unfollow. All right, because the science says no. All right. We also have, if you're eating pre-workout, what should you eat and how far in advance? That goes back to Lissy W77 and her question. Cool. Most pre-workouts, this is personal. Again, it's personal. It's how do you feel when you enter your workout? For some people, that might be 30 minutes. For some people, it's an hour. Okay. All of our stomachs work differently. All of our digestion works differently. So this is a very personal question. In terms of utilizing the carbohydrates for that meal, the closer the better, right? So, and especially if it's something that's a fast moving carb or something that's going to increase our insulin levels, okay, or blood glucose levels, then we're going to want to hit that up 30 minutes before, something like that. We'll have that fuel. I've actually eaten during a workout because some of the things that we eat, like, or if it's dextrose you're consuming, that's fast moving, you're going to go through that energy quickly. That can be done closer to a workout. Okay. Also, and this is a big thing for fitness, if you are doing HIIT training, high intensity interval training, which could be your F45, your Orange Theory, CrossFit, any type of workouts like that, Hour Blast, things like that, you do not need to take pre-workout. Okay. The reason pre-workout exists is for bodybuilders or power lifters or people that are going into an hour and a half long session and they are doing some slow moving resistance training and they need to get their heart rate elevated before it. Okay. In high intensity interval training, our warm-ups to at stacked, our hot starts, okay, we are hitting it right from the start and our heart rate is spiking from the beginning most of the time in our warm-ups. And technically, if you're in a group fitness class, your warm-up should rev the heart rate up in some form or fashion, okay? So hope that helps, all right? What supplements and in what dose should people consider taking in order to support their fitness goals? Are there different supplements that help with weight loss? Do they affect men and women differently? Okay. Again, this is a personal question, but let's just unpack it. What supplements and in what dose should people consider taking in order to support their fitness goals? Okay. It depends what your fitness goal is, right? If your fitness goal is to run fast, or lift heavy, then we want to make sure that we are having adequate amounts of carbohydrates and protein. So for some people, that might mean supplementing with protein. Can you eat the right amount of protein in a day? Possibly no. Okay. Most people can't, right? So we need to supplement with a protein. All right. And then we get into, well, I want to gain muscle. I want to increase my strength. That is my specific fitness goal. Then we would probably want to take creatine, okay, in addition to our protein, right? And for some people that, I mean, there's no downside to taking creatine. It's like one of the best supplements out there you can take, and straight up guys, girls, whatever, 15 to 85, creatine's good for you, okay? And taking it also improves brain function as well. For some people might have a slower recovery. They might want to take something that helps aids in recovery. Like I drink a Fit Aid after. That's my supplement after my workout, replenishes some, vitamins and nutrients that I use during my workout and makes me feel good. Again, it comes down to what makes you feel good. All right. But for most of us out there that are just trying to work out to look good and feel good, there's not a ton of supplements we need to take. And in terms of supplements that aid with weight loss, the number one supplement that's going to aid with weight loss is fixing your nutrition. So no, I mean, I don't recommend any supplement that is specific for weight loss. I think most of them are bullshit. Okay. And on top of that, I've never seen it really work. And if it does work, it's probably dangerous for your health. So get your nutrition straight. Right? Having adequate amounts of protein, make sure that's up, make sure we're, if it's for weight loss, eating less calories than we are expending, and you'll be good to go with there. All right. If you're taking creatine, do you need to take a loading dose? Right. And do any supplement test side effects? Well, I talked a little bit about that just now. If it's a too good to be true supplement, it probably has a negative side effect or it doesn't work. In terms of creatine, do we need to take a loading dose? Not with micronized creatine monohydrate. You can start right off with that and take the full dosage. There is not a lot of studies when it comes to females with creatine. We know that it's good. We know that females can take it. We know that they should take it. And there's some studies out there that says women should take more creatine than men. But outside of that, no. And there are no known negative side effects to creatine. Okay. Now people say, well, what about weight gain and water retention? Yes, you will gain weight when you take creatine. It is minimal. I'm talking less than a couple pounds. Okay. And a couple pounds is generous for someone that's bigger. All right. However, when it comes to water retention, it's not the same water retention as you would see from an alcohol bloat or a wacky food bloat. It would be more intracellular. So it makes your muscles look puffed out, or it gives you that jacked look, not a look that's more rounded and soft that you would have after a weekend bender out on the town. So I hope that helps and enjoyed. Thank you for your questions in the Instagram. And I look forward to doing this next Thursday. Bye, y'all.